Ladies and gentlemen, Lord Zelron, mid-plat player. He has Lucio in his team, Doomfist Sombra, Zarya Rhine. So I'm gonna see how you heal here because right now that you're playing, you're basically solo healing really, because Lucio healing is really low. So you're gonna be doing a lot of the healing in this game. You have Sombra who's gonna be doing her own thing, solo flanking, grabbing medkits. Your main job is to keep Ryan Zarya alive, heal Doomfist whenever you can, when he retreats, all that stuff. They have a Sombra themselves, but you don't know that yet. You're gonna know that soon. Um, they're also playing Ryan Zarya. They have Moira Lucio, and they have Doom. So your main issue here is gonna be playing against the Doomfist. I'll see how you sleep Doomfist and stuff like that. There are certain methods of sleeping Doomfist easier. So good. You check left flank immediately. Nice, checking left flank again. This is how you do it. You don't tunnel vision. You don't keep your eyes in one lane only. You have to see left. By the way, my mic is not muted, right? Okay, good. I had to be sure. Okay. By the way, my quality isn't dog shit, right? My mic quality. Let me check. Testing. My mic quality. Okay, we're good. Sorry, I had to be sure before I continue. Nice quick scope on Lucio. Okay, as soon as you heard tick, 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 you should immediately look behind you because at this point in, you know they have Sombra. Because it would show. I wish you recorded this like from your perspective rather than replay, but it's fine. Like here, I hear from it on this point out, I know they have a Doom and I know they have a Sombra. It's good to look behind you here because you heard the sounds of Sombra's hacking. See, like as soon as she unstealths, you can hear her unstealth and you can hear the ticking of the hack. So that could have been avoided. Your sleep was up. That could have been avoided with a quick 180 sleep, but it's alright. I like what you did here also. Because you are hacked, you can't really do much. To duel the Sombra, you can't really duel Sombra. You can't duel without your nade on sleep very effectively. So it's good. You ran to your team. Your team should have looked behind and tried to help you out there a little bit. I understand there's a lot of trouble in main, but it's good that you hugged. And Zarya should have tried to bubble you unless her bubble was on cooldown. What's up, by the way, Nev? Anyway, it's good. See, now your team is like helping out in the back here. You're a bit too close to them here. Nothing much you can do. Yeah, you are definitely gonna die there. Anyway, you had to be close because Sombra was behind. Like, what are you gonna do? Here, that nade wasn't needed on the Lucio. Even if you missed, you could have maybe tried to land this shot here. That shot was important. Anyway, it happens. It's a fuck up. It happens. Anyway, that's a wipe. Let's go ahead and reset. What's up, Astro? Okay, so at this point in, they get this is your first wipe, so they're gonna start farming towards their ultimates now, and you should keep that in mind. And Moira gets her ult like really fast if she lands a lot of damage orbs and stuff. So at this point in, we have to acknowledge and realize, okay, now they might have ultimates. They might have ultis here. And as you can see, they're very close to ults. Good shatter. Oh, that was a good nade. That's the correct way to sleep. I'm glad you did that. Okay, so here's a quick little tip against Doomfist. Okay, so the best time to sleep Doomfist is after he uppercuts. reason is because after he uppercuts, he's in a certain motion where he's either charging up his punch, which makes him still stationary. He has to actually throw the punch. And the second thing is he will left click and throw out his little thingy, right? So at that time, it's the best time to sleep Doomfist, because when you get knocked up by his seismic slam, like right now here, if you sleep here, that little jump upwards, that little knock up can make you miss the sleep. It's happened a million times. You have two options. Sleep him before he hits you with Seismic Slam, which is a lot riskier. Option two, you sleep him when he's uppercutting, like you did here. This is the safer one. This is one you can land effectively. When he seismic slams, it has to be before he hits the ground, because when he hits the ground, he's gonna knock you up a little bit, and that throws off your aim. It's the same thing with Reinhardt left click. When Reinhardt left clicks you, he swings your body and throws your aim off, right? Your body literally moves, and that throws your aim off and makes you miss the sleep. Anyway, we died here. You're at 24 health without no nade, so it's a really tough situation to be in here. Your team's just gonna be fighting them. You try to go here because you want the healing from Lucio. He's hacked as well. They got EMP'd. It's nothing you can do here. If you stay in the back, Doomfist will finish you. You could have obviously maybe you talked in voice. I can't hear voice because it's replay. But anyway, there was nothing much you could have done there. You slept Doom. You did the best you could, and that's about it. Overall, it wasn't so bad. I mean, you're playing okay. Like, even positioning-wise, it's okay. Here, we should full reset. That's good. We're moving towards right. That's good. Because if we move through middle, you're going to be a lot closer in combat, and your whole team's not there. There's only 3 of you at the moment. Now your team's going to start coming. Okay, let's look back here a little bit. Good attempt on sleep. I don't care if you miss, it happens, but it was the instinctive thing to sleep him there was correct. Seismic Slam on the right. At this point in, they're gonna have Shatter, and they do have Shatter. They have not used a single ultimate yet. So at this point in, you should have in the back of your head that they have ultimates. I wish this wasn't recorded through replay, so that that stuff isn't like concrete, because like I have all the info, you know. Let's look back at that. Honestly, every step you did here. There was nothing much you could do about Sombra. She translocated. She's gonna get a health pack. You're playing very close to your team here, which isn't ideal. The first thing I would have done here is walk back even more. Like, I would just walk back. Just walk back, because you're putting yourselves where your team is, and that's not ideal, because you're gonna be one of the first targets to be selected. Sadly, Ryan gets booped off the charge. It would have been ideal if he took the charge. The nano select target was fine. Just keep in mind that they have ult as well. Ryan is dead. It's not worth using any ults here. If Lucy ults, I'm gonna laugh. Yeah, we just reset. We just reset here. Okay, Sombra doing Sombra stuff. That's fine. Sombra should put a translocate at a health pack. Doomfist on the right. Poking. They still have grab. They have not used grab. I don't like your positioning here. Here's the thing, right? Okay. Look. Here's the thing, right? They're running towards right stairs. It's not your job to follow them. They need to come to you. Because what this does is it puts you in a riskier position. So you don't go from left stairs here. If you're gonna do this, there's a window on the right, you go through that. First of all, if you run through here, if there are people at main, they just want McCree stun over here, boom, dead. Anything can happen here on the left. Your whole team is focusing here for some reason. They should be main. This isn't their job as tanks. See, the problem is the tank's position needs to be main. They don't have to go on the right flank. This is not their job. Their job is to hold main across against the payload. So like it's like they're taking a random little skirmish here for some reason, and you follow them, which makes it worse because you're putting yourself in a very weird position at stairs. If you want to heal them from here, you have to be positioned a bit more back, like here on the right towards window, and then tell them come upstairs for healing. Don't go to them. You don't have to position yourself in a situation where your position is detrimental and it could cause you your death. You don't want to do that because of them. You have to tell them what to do here. So here, you're way too close. You don't have to be this close to heal Ryan. You can heal him from here even. Like, you're going way too close to him. You know, they have grab. If they grab right here, against this wall, you're all fucked. And you would be pulled in with them. Anyway, the tank should have been main. It's a good hack, by the way. That's good. 2 down. 3 down. That's good, that's good. Nice quick scope. No, don't hold scope there. Quick little thing. I'll tell you why it's wrong here, what you did with the scope. Here, what your job? Quick scope, that's it. Let go, let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. You try to like wait till she descends. When you do this, look at this, right? How does this look right now? Because your eyes are up, you're not looking down on the road on main. You don't know what's going to happen at main, right? Is there a Zarya running up to grab you? You don't know because you're looking here. Look where your crosshair is. Look where you're aiming. If you hold down the scope like this for too long, you begin to... This is what you call tunnel visioning. You may not have intentionally wanted to tunnel vision, but if you aim like this on the sky, waiting for them to drop down or whatever, it's not ideal. Just on a scope, go back, and then quick scope when they peek. And you don't have to be this close to your team. You can play a bit more back. You can. It doesn't matter if they have a Sombra or whatever. You stay back, and if she tries to hack you, you sleep her. If you do get hacked, run to your team. That's really it. The same thing applies to Tracer. If I play against Tracer, I don't just sit around hugging my team. They have grav. They have grab. You don't want to be pulled in with them either. And they have EMP, so you don't want to get hacked with them either. Way too close playing here. Anyway, there goes the EMP. Your EMP. Your team EMP'd. Lucio didn't get hacked though, so they managed to get the Lucio ult. There's the grab. That's good. See, I like your position here. Nice. I like your position here. That's better. Now, since you're in a situation where you're pushing them back, you can play a little bit close, but you need to be careful. That's fine. See, like you push them off and you killed a few people, you can be a bit more aggressive and push like that. But normally, you shouldn't do that unless this is the situation you're in. By the way, Zarya hasn't grabbed once this game. Like, Zarya could have got some good grabs so far. Ryan's about to have shatter soon. Enemy Ryan. I heard hacks on the right. I hear a lot of stuff on the right side. Like a Sombra behind on the right. That's good, you got 2 picks. Okay. There it is, I knew the Sombra was there. So I think you ignored her audio and stuff here. Like I heard her hacking, I heard her translocating, but you never really bothered to look. Like if you're against Sombra, you should always look. Even if you don't hear, you should always look because you're gonna reveal them when you see. It's a good sleep, but... That was good, by the way. Shoot, sleep. And then shoot nade is enough. Perfect. Actually perfect. That's a good way to shut down the Sombra there. That was good. That was good, but originally you should be looking there more often because that's a common flank route for flankers like Sombra generally and tracers. Even Doomfist can go there. They have two people that can jump on you. Now we gotta watch out for the Moira ultimate. No self bubble Zarya. It's good there, you didn't tunnel vision. You looked up and healed Doom. You gotta watch out for their grab. Good sleep. Nah, just back, just back, just back. Good sleep. Nah, you're dead, you're dead. There are things you can do here. Let's see. Moira did the right thing, by the way. You could have done two things. You could have died there on the payload or retreat earlier so you don't get killed. Because what happened now is now you're staggered. So they killed you here, so now you're staggered. So you're gonna come a little bit later. Alright, Doomfist. Now you're gonna be a bit later than your team. Gotta make sure no one dies here. Oh, Lucio's dead. That's bad. Lucio died there. And they're pushing payload. Okay, good try on sleep. Good stuff. Goody, goody, goody. Okay, you've won the fight. You've won the fight. You killed multiple. You pushed back. And now we have EMP and we have Shatter. We have EMP and Shatter. So, ideally we should EMP first, and then Ryan can Shatter because they won't have shield or bubbles or anything. So we need to wait for the Sombra to engage. That's a good nade. We're getting a lot of picks. 3 picks here. 3 picks. Nice, multiple picks. That's good. We pushed them out again. Your team did good there. See, I like this. I like this now. Your position is not so bad here. Ideally on this part of the map, ideally you would position on the left side behind cover, but since the payload's in a position where it's okay to be here, and since they're coming in, it's fine to be here, because you can heal them around this wall in front of you. They just gotta make sure they peek you for heals, because you're holding in the back. That's great. We're doing great. Good ulticam. You notice that your team didn't use all their ultimates. Notice that? So next fight we have Grav and Doom ult. They have Lucio ult. They also got EMP. It's gonna be a bit of a strange fight here. Let's see what happens. We have to sleep him here. You should have slept him here. You could have slept him. Hey, he's gonna pin. Just sleep him right now. Sleep him right now. He's charging right in your face. This one's not hard to miss. Oh dear. You should just die on point. Yeah. Die on point and reset. I would have slept the Ryan earlier, because he wouldn't be so far back there. Well, if you slept Ryan, and you could, because it was a lot easier to sleep him that way. It's an easy sleep because he's running towards you with the charge. Anyway, good shatter hit right there. We should have naded right after the shatter, by the way. Alright, you see that? Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people knocked down. That was such a good opportunity to use nade here. I don't know why you threw it so late. And you threw it wrong. You threw it here. It should have been right in the middle where everyone got shattered. That'd be such a huge anti. Really missed out on that opportunity here. That was a very good shatter by Orion. You could have antied multiple if you threw it here. And your Orion was full. You had no reason to left click there. He was full. And he's bubbled. He's fine. Bit of a waste on the anti, really. It could have been bigger. It could have been bigger. I don't know what's going on here now. I'll tell you what happens ideally here. Ideally, you throw the nade in the middle, and you hold the angle on this wall or this wall. You don't have to be on top of the payload. Your team is touching. You don't have to be there. Like here. You don't have to. You don't have to drop down like this. See, now look at your position now. You're a lot easier to kill now. They don't have to work as hard to get you. Your team is touching. Your Zarya, she's touching. And Zarya's not even trying to body block and save you. Like, I don't know what she's doing either. And she should have bubbled you. I think her bubble's on cooldown at the moment, though. I don't know if she bubbled you. She really didn't. Her bubble was probably on cooldown because she bubbled Ryan earlier. But either way, no excuse. She should have body blocked you here. But ideally, you should have been there. Anti on Hanzo. Yeah, I don't know. That could have been so much better, honestly. You might have actually won that if you got multiple anti. You might have actually won that if you got multiple anti for sure. And just overall your positioning at the end there. Let's see where you go here. Okay, that's good. You let your tanks push up and then you peek. But ideally, you should play either left side because there's cover on the left side that you can peek out of. Or exit through right doorway and heal from this side. Also high ground you can. If they don't have snipers and you see they don't have snipers, you can actually peek up there and heal safely. It's actually a very safe place to heal. Because you can't get flanked easier. I heard ball right there. Once I heard ball, I would have immediately looked to my left. See that sound? I heard that sound and I knew he grappled again because he failed the first grapple. Come on, your team needs to help here. Careful when crossing this bridge. Okay, you can come back a bit. You can come back. You don't have to be this close. Like, healing from here is fine. I'm okay with this, but then you went really close to Ryan here. You don't have to be this close. You can go back. You can maintain some distance. Because high ground above, what if they stomp down on you there? What if Hanzo decides to climb up there? He already killed Pharah. Pharah got res now. But you should play in the back more. We don't have to be playing like this. It's a good sleep, good kill. Okay, you're fine with this fight now. You guys got this now. Good Ryan. Good Ryan with the shield. He noticed Hanzo was shooting. He jumped up on top of the payload to help you. Good on him. Good stuff. Zarya's at 6% ult charge. What the fuck? Ah, she switched. Right, Zarya switched. Now let's see what we do here. What's up, Josh? How you doing, bro? Oh wait, we should just went for the sleep, man. Like as soon as she look right there. Go sleep, 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 sleep. Don't be afraid to use sleep here. If you sleep her, she can't translocate, and then your team could just collapse and kill her. Just go for it. You can easily kill her there with the sleep, and Ryan can just charge, or McCree can headshot, punch. Your Pharah's doing really well. That's 2 picks on Pharah so far. Waste of a nade. I'll tell you why it's a waste of a nade. Because your team was fine on health, and that nade could have been used later for something more important. Once you put your nade on cooldown, you're not making use of the nade at the time. And it's a waste because your nade, you might need it in the next few seconds for something else. Like here, you're fine. You don't have to. Look, 2 bullets. That's all you need. 2 bullets. If anything, you could have tried to nade the Zarya. But not your team. Good shatter. Like there, see there? After I shatter, look at this. Boom, look at that. That's a fat nade. That's really, really good. You anti the Lucio, which is a very... anti on Lucio is so effective because he gets literally free healing from himself with his ability. So you can literally just anti Lucio, and look, there's another guy shattered back there. Look at that anti right there. That would have been way more efficient than antiing Ryan when he's on decent health. It's just a waste, really. It's a waste because you could have used it way more aggressively. Ideally, anti-heals are way more effective at winning fights than healing your team with nade. You only heal your team with nade if it's really desperate situation. It's not bad to do it. It's just some situations is a lot better to anti the enemy, because if you deny them healing, that means they can't be healed. If they can't be healed, they're gonna die in those few seconds. It's just a waste of a nade, really. So ideally, we need to work on our nade usage, because now this is maybe the 2nd time or 3rd time that your nade wasn't ideal. Especially, that's actually the 2nd time where Ryan shattered and he didn't nade the people that he shattered. It's just like it's free because they don't have shield. If their shield's knocked down on the ground, how's he gonna shield? It's free. It's a free nade. You can't be missing out on free nades like that because it can literally win you the fight. Now we need to be careful. They're gonna have ults. See the way Ryan is playing there. Okay, initially in my head, if I see Ryan dropping like this, being aggressive, I will assume he has shatter. Here's the thing: it is always safe to assume that he has shatter. It's safe because you know that you can't be shattered because you're gonna be positioned better. You're gonna know that it might happen. He's at 58%, so he's got a few ult charges from last fight and a few last fights there, but not that much. But it's safer to assume that he has shatter, because if you don't assume he has shatter and you play in a position where it's riskier and then you do end up getting shattered, that's gonna be on you. We should really sleep, man. Like right there. All right, so I'll tell you one thing. When you hear every time you hear Sombra, immediately peek behind and try to sleep. Look here. Que onda? When she says que onda, or whenever she uses, being here all along, or something voice cues, you can look back and sleep. You could have actually slept her before she EMP'd there if you're fast enough. You can. And you know they have a Sombra. So you know that could potentially happen. Like in your head here, you should have been like, shit, okay, they might EMP, they might, they have Sombra. She's definitely going to be in the back somewhere. She might try to hack me solo and stuff like that. But you're not really looking, you're not paying attention to that. Like as you're doing this, you should be thinking in your head, okay, there's going to be, this Sombra thing is going to happen. It should have been a lot faster with that. It's good your Pharah didn't get hacked with EMP. She was out of EMP range. She's gonna die, however. Nah, we're in a bad spot here. Your position here is not ideal. You don't have to be on payload either. And if you were a bit further back, 1, you could have avoided EMP. 2, you could have slept Sombra as well. Like, if you stay in the back and you see the Sombra, you could be the Sombra behind you and then you sleep her. You could have played it better in terms of your position. See here, by the way, you tunnel visioned actually. Just to let you know, you tunnel visioned here. Your Zarya right side. She's half health. Her aura is yellow. You're looking in front. You're not healing her. I don't know what you're shooting at right there. I think you're trying to, yeah, you're trying to heal the Rhine, but you also ignore the Zarya on your right. It's just a mess. It should just reset right here. But anyway, that whole fight was a mess. Everything that went wrong there, your position, your nade beforehand, and I'm just not a fan of how it happened, of how it worked out here. Your Nano was fine, by the way, because that really makes your front line play more aggressive, but they had a lot of counters at the time. And they had the MP, and the Nano was fine, though. There was nothing wrong with it. If your Rhine held that for a while, it's a good Nano, generally. You should have just positioned better. You should be the last one to die in your team. And in this case, you weren't the last one to die in your team. Because your position was not that great, generally. You shouldn't be on the payload or on the point or whatever. In any game mode. You should only be on the point and payload if you're in a winning scenario. If you're in a winning situation and you have won the fight, you can be the one on the payload. And stuff like that if no one's on it. But in a situation where you're 6v6, you have no reason to be on the payload. Ideally. Because you're Ana. And you have no mobility. If you're Moira, sure. If you're Moira, go on the payload, whatever. Because you're going to be close to your team most of the time anyway. Good anti by their Ana. Don't be afraid to quickscope. You don't have to no-scope the whole time. You could quickscope if you want to quickly tap someone. There's a Hanzo behind you, by the way. There's a Hanzo behind you. There's still a Hanzo behind you. There's still a Hanzo behind you. There's still a Hanzo. Yeah. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. You need to get a headset immediately. It's gonna save you. It's gonna save you. It's gonna make you climb. I don't know how you didn't hear that. He's high ground and then he jumped in the back. The problem is he also hit you, but you also didn't look there, and you have a sleep. You can try to 90 degrees, or rather, whatever. You can quickly sleep him on the right here. You have to. You're gonna die. You have to. And your Zarya didn't bubble you or nothing either. I can safely say this is overall this whole team is definitely platinum level. I can see that. There's a lot of tunneling. There's a lot of, I think, sound cues are very important here. Very important, Zelron. I think you're not paying attention to audio cues at all. Sombra hack, audio cue, Hanzo behind you shooting, jumping. That's good. By the way, also when someone from your team grunts like he's in pain, it's because, you know, when he gets shot, he grunts. And whenever you grunt, you should heal that person. So your other supports will also have audio cues when they get hurt. Like Moira will say, "Help me," or Zenyatta will say, "I need assistance," and stuff like that. Or Mercy will say that. They will say that. They don't actually have to say, "I need healing," to say that. So the character themselves says it. So you can always use that as an audio cue to heal someone. McCree grunts. Sucks. That sucks. The McCree jumped into your nade. Ugh, that's annoying. Happens all the time. No, I don't know what we're doing here. So what happened here was you threw your aim off because you were startled by low ground inside. I'm just judging by how you aimed here. Look. See, like you didn't have a clear goal of what you wanted to do here. Shoot, and then you unscope, scope, unscope, and then I don't know what that was. You could have just, I don't know. I feel like you panicked there because he was on critical, so you like, I don't know what happened. But anyway, I'm gonna judge every single move. I'm sorry. We shouldn't really. It happened. It happened. I'm not gonna blame you on this. It happened. Ideally, we want to be a bit back, but it happens. It fucking happens, you know. It shouldn't happen like that, but if we played a bit more back, that wouldn't happen. But this kind of shit happens. Now the problem is they need to get the fuck back immediately because they lost their healer. You all need to back. You all need to back. You don't have a healer. You don't have another healer. Yeah, you have to full reset. Full reset. Full reset. Full reset. Full reset. Tell them to die quick or come back quick. I don't know what Ryan is doing pushing up. What are you planning? Like you pull up and then what? Like what happens here? Okay, he'll tank a few shots. Boom, your shield's broken. Now what? There's no one to back you up. There's no reason for him to be here. At this point, if I was Ana, I would tell him to just back and wait for a team. Just back and wait for a team. Don't nade yourself. I hope you don't nade yourself because Mercy's just about to spawn. Be a waste of a nade. That's good. You're waiting. Yes. Yes. Good. Good. Mercy should fly to you and heal you now. Okay, it's a Lucio. There we go. And of course, he doesn't heal you to full. That's why I don't like Lucio players. Because they just kind of go in and I just fucking hate them. I don't know. They never really do. They're not really a fucking healer character, man. They don't do their job. Like, he's such a mega off healer. Even Zenyatta, I feel like, is more useful. Because Zenyatta will not, like, try to make solo plays, you know? Zenyatta is actually, like, someone that will stay in the back and has to play similar to Ana. And he has trans. Is it like, Lucio heal, then just leaves you. Leaves you at 179 health. And then speed boost, and now you're being slept and frozen in the back. You have to be careful with high ground here. Every time under the bridge in Rialto, there's going to be people high ground on top trying to drop on you. Like in this situation, your McCree was on the left. He could have tried to help you. I don't know if he is helping you at all. Nope, he did not help you. Look where he is. He literally jumped in the middle behind payload, completely ignoring his healer. Oh, this is pissing me off. The way your team is playing is pissing me off, man. And now Hans is gonna get frozen. That's fine. That's good. The Ryan decided to charge back.
Old soldiers are hard to kill.
It's not so bad. Your team won the fight. Yeah, your team definitely won the fight here. Good. Good. Now you just gotta hurry back. You can't heal him. Good. I like what you did here. What you did here is you didn't try to go get LOS on McCree. You actually waited for him to peek you. That's correct. That's the way you should do it. That's the way you should do it. It's not your job to run up to him for healing. It's his job to peek you for healing. Like here, just peek me. I heal you. Peek me again. You know, you could have peeked him. You could have healed him there when he peeked. One. Heal him again there. Heal him again. Heal him again. I think you have I think your goals are sometimes unclear or you're a bit slow on it. I think that's something that can be worked on. Because I know exactly what you're thinking. Okay. I know exactly what you're doing. Your instinct here was to nano Rhine, so you didn't care about anything else except nanoing Rhine. And that's not ideal because in Overwatch every split second something else might happen. So if you have that one set goal to do, you're kind of ignoring the other goals that you have to do. One of them being you could have topped off McCree. See here, you ignored it. You ignored it completely. You have no reason to ignore it. Your goal here, like you can't heal Ryan, he's anti. There's no reason. You could have tapped McCree, get him back to full. You had one goal here in mind, nano Ryan. I don't know. I don't like your position. I don't. We don't have to be this close. We don't. We can play in the back. We can play in the back. We can. We can. You guys are getting mowed down. Oh man. You don't have to play this close to your team. We can play in the back because it's gonna widen our field of vision more. We can see a lot more if we're in the back. A lot more. We have so much information. We could have avoided grab, and if we could have also avoided EMP if they had it. Like a lot of situations that can be avoided. In this situation, they didn't have EMP, but they have a Sombra. We need to watch out for that. That's a thing that we have to watch out for. Okay, Sombra translocate. Sombra said be right back. That means she put down her translocator. And when she puts down her translocator, we should now be aware that she's gonna try to get behind us and hack us. So you know that's gonna happen because you heard the audio cue. In this situation, when you get frozen by me, look to the right and run straight. What you're doing is running back while healing. And I'll tell you why you shouldn't do that, because you run a lot faster when you're looking forward. When you look forward, you run faster. When you go back, you run slower. And so you can get out of the frozen AoE a lot faster. You got out of it, but it could have been faster. Goals are unclear here. And we don't have the shield, so... You don't have to no-scope Zarya, you can quick-scope. We're playing too close to them. Look how close they are. I think you're gonna die. Unless Rhino is alive, you're gonna live. Damn, body blocked the nade. Not like she meant to do that. I think this is not gonna work out. There's no way.
My team still needs me.
There's no way. Yeah, there's no way. That was a fight you had to win anyway because you only had like 1 minute left. There's a lot of things that you've done where your goals were not clear. You didn't know what to do really. You didn't have a clear goal, a clear... I think it's like you were all over the place in terms of the decisions you were trying to make. One of them being your nades. Your nades, I think, are your biggest flaw because the way you're using them is not helping the team. It's just like you toss it and then it goes on cooldown. I like the way you killed Sombra 1v1 back then, but then you just ignored her completely for the rest of the game. I think you ignored Sombra way too much, actually. You didn't respect the audio cues either. Whenever she throws down a translocator, you can hear her putting it down, and she says a voice line too. So if that's not enough, she also says a voice line over it. Underground bridge Rialto, people need to control high ground because that can happen with Mei when she dropped down. You got free killed behind Ryan's shield because Hanzo got a good angle on you. Ideally, we should play a little bit more back to avoid that. Every time you're playing in a position, you have to think, where can I get shot from? And what angle can I get shot from? Walls are your best friend if that's the case. Using walls, terrain, cover is one of the best ways to avoid dying while healing. When Ryan shattered, nade. You did that like twice. That's such an easy nade. You have no reason not to anti them there. No reason. Anti is better than amplify healing in a situation like that. And in many situations, anti is actually better to use aggressively because it allows your team to play more aggressive and they get motivated to push because when they're anti, they receive no healing. So ideally, we would play aggressive there and throw an anti and get a group anti so we can push together as a team. When he didn't heal McCree when he walked by, it makes no sense. Because in that situation, you had one set goal, which was to nano Ryan, or you tried to heal Ryan while he was anti. You had your scope on Ryan when he was anti, when you could have held scope to heal McCree, and you didn't top him off. Sombra, every time she appears behind you, you don't 180 her. Hanzo, when he dropped behind you, just gets free hits and you don't pay attention to him. You have sleep dart, you can 90 degrees sleep him. You could have done a lot of things. I think you tunnel a lot as well. I think overall we can improve the lower tunneling when playing Ana, because I think that is one of the most important things when playing Ana, because she's a hero that can be very fragile in survivability. She can die very easily. Um, and with someone that can die very easily, you need excellent positioning and excellent awareness. I'm gonna show you something here. So I'm gonna go to workshop real quick just to give you like an idea, okay? This is not it. This is not what I want to go.
What you believe in.
Make sure you can see the game. Sorry. Overwatch. I will show something. I'm gonna pick Rialto. On. Let me pick
Welcome to Rialto.
a different song.
Never
Ideally,
stop fighting for what you believe in.
yeah, I know about that, Neff. I saw it. It's kind of weird, isn't it? When Hazo shot you through here, play like this. You can't get shot. If you play like this, this is open. You're looking here, but you're not looking here. You're not paying attention here. Because you had your scope in like this. Boom. That's how you got tapped. Also, if you stand here, you can get tapped from here to here. There's a angle they can pick you here. And then you just die like this. So play a bit more back. If Sombra comes behind me, sleep. Continue healing. Tell them, Sombra's sleeping behind. We jump her. Okay? Once we push up like that, we're gonna play down here. Because this way, people who drop from high ground have to work extra effort to get to you. And by the time they work for that extra effort to get to you, your team has time to look back and help you. Let me put the music down a little bit. Another thing you can do, there's a boat here that you can use to hide. This can be used if you are on defense and Reinhardt is coming here to shatter. This is a very risky, aggressive play, but they have to make sure that you are not here. And then you can sleep Rein behind his shield, and then nade, and then your team plays aggressive. Stay here. If you play here, you have this little bit of extra cover, so they only see the upper part of your body, making sure that your hitbox is generally less revealing. Also, it makes the people from high ground work extra effort to get to you. Here, they have to work extra. See, I'll tell you the difference, right? If they peek here, and they see you here, they're just gonna run up to you and kill you. If they come through here, and they see you here, they have to work for it. See how much they have to work for it to actually get there? That also makes them position a lot more aggressively. They have to put themselves more exposed. And when they put themselves right in the middle of the road more exposed, your team can look back and help you. If you're playing against Sombra, she has to come here. She has to drop down to you, and you can easily spot her. You can reveal her better because it's such a small area. And if she does come behind you and you hear her voice on Yonda, sleep her. Keep eyes on high ground. Heal like this. Right? There's one thing you need to know. This boat moves up and down, as you can see. Do you notice? Because the water is making it so. When you aim like this, it actually puts your aim up and down. Keep that in mind. So you're going to be healing accordingly to that. The max you can do is stay here. If you have to retreat, retreat like this. So you might think, okay, I will just go jump up here and retreat. But it's actually not bad to jump like this and retreat this way. Because this way you're running back more. If this makes any sense. Because here you're just jumping from here to here. If you go here, you're jumping all the way to back to here. You're making more distance. I would never play really behind this. You're exposed here. If you do play main lane, you hold back here and heal. Careful with here, they can parkour up and get behind you. You can also play in this room because there's a mini here that you can use. So if you're ever in a situation where you have to heal safely, here's good. Careful with here. This is one spot that they can take if they go from here. Or yeah, they can, right? Yes, Sombra can. Sombra can stealth here, or whoever can come through here and get behind here and get to you. So keep that in mind. This is a flank route that Sombra can take. Here is just their spawn. So careful with this one. There's a common route for people to get behind you. But if you do get jumped, you have a mini here, and you have to run to your team after grabbing the mini, or try to 1v1 them. You can try to 1v1 them here. You can 1v1 them, but you need your abilities. So you have to be selfish with your abilities sometimes. Don't just throw nade every time, like, oh, I'll throw nade, oh, I throw sleep. Now look, you have no sleep, no nade. And if you get flanked here behind, you have no nade, no sleep to defend yourself. It's not ideal to always throw nade. So that's why when I say that was not a good nade, it's because that could be used for something else. Like in the situation what you did here in main, when your Reinhardt got multiple shatter. That's such an easy nade. Because your Ryan shattered and you naded him here. You had no reason to nade him. He was almost full health. 2 shots would put him to full health. He shattered here. You can just toss a nade here. Those people who got knocked down here, boom, they're anti. Play aggressive. Get him. Lucio, anti. That's it. You don't have to play so aggressive here when you're on payload. You can play a bit more back. You have boxes here. You have cover. So you can always use this cover to heal them like this and then move to the right, heal them like this. You also have a mega here. So if you're in a situation where you're getting pressured, use the mega. You can heal from here, but I don't recommend it because these walls block line of sight. And if they're behind that wall, you can't heal them. So it's very precise where they have to be for healing. That's why I don't recommend healing from here because of these walls. But if you play a bit more to the right, you have this main lane healing that you can heal from. And once you push up further, you can use this wall here to heal like this. If someone is high ground here, stop healing from here. Move like this. Heal like this. Get them off high ground. If they're off high ground, come back here and heal normally. Because staying here also makes it so people who are peeking here don't get you. So you heal like this. You can also hide here because they can't see you on high ground. You see what I'm talking about? How positioning matters so much, because from the position you're healing from, you're concealing and mitigating the chances of you being spotted. The idea is you're not supposed to get punished, dived, all those things. That's not supposed to happen to you. Because if you position really well, they have to work extra effort to get to you. So ideally, playing here is good. You heal them like that. So that was your biggest flaws that game. Oh, and here, don't go here. I don't know what you did here, but there was no reason for you to heal like this. Forget it. Tell them, come back, move your asses to main, alright? Because the thing is, they fight there, and then some of them come pushing payload here for free, because your main tanks need to be here. They're not flankers, they're not supposed to take a fight there. That's not their job. Here is the job for Doomfist, Genji, and stuff like that. Hanzo, peak snipe shot, or Hanzo can take high ground and play aggressive from above. Even Grav from up here, Zarya can go up here, grab multiple under bridges. An excellent choke point for high ground. If you play high ground here, Reaper, Zarya, really, really good from here to here. Same thing with over there, because you have high ground here. They can use that high ground to play aggressive. They can use that bridge high ground here to also play aggressive. Right there. That's an excellent choke point for high ground. Grav's high ground, Reaper ults, Mei ult. It's insane. That's why when I say if you're on the opposing side and you're playing low ground, you see, this is why I told you to stay here. because you're gonna avoid that from happening to you. You're gonna avoid this stuff from happening to you. You're gonna avoid also this. This is gonna be a situation where your team has to come back and help, and you can jump on the boat and move around. So really, you have to be more aware of the high ground. What about here? Here is a position you can take, but you can't stay here for too long because they can easily get from these stairs to the left here and get to you. That's why you need to, it's like weird because you have to return to your team in a very weird manner, and if the enemy team is pushed up all the way here eventually, you are not gonna live. See, I have to walk all this way to be safe, and that takes a while to go from these stairs down here, and by that time you can actually die from whoever punishes you here. So ideally is just stay here is better, or back here, or in there with the health pack. You see how all these spots are focused on concealing yourself as much as possible, lowering the chance of you being spotted while healing in the most effective way possible. You're not supposed to go to people for healing, they need to come to you. That's the idea, so you have to always communicate with your team and tell them to move their asses if they want heals. But really, that's about it. That's about the maximum tips I can give you. Thank you for watching. To all those peeps on YouTube, thank you for watching, and I hope this helped you out, Zelaron, because goddamn, this is something we need to improve on quite a lot. All right, that is it for the YouTube video, guys. We're gonna hop back in here and let's do